nice.
Well, except that it's Phoenix, and I hate Phoenix.
Hey, Andrew,
Yeah.
what kind of dog was that I sent you, the picture of?
15-year-old Labrador.
Oh, golden lab.
Good evening. Welcome to the Ripley County Council meeting of November 17, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Ripley County Annex Commissioners Room. Please join me in the pledge to the American flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now we'd like to take a moment. Recently, one of our past elected officials, Ginger Bradford, passed away. So we want to share with her family and with friends and with coworkers and things that we certainly will miss her leadership and also the amount of knowledge that she had and would bring it to the council and to everyone in Ripley County. So our thoughts with her family and friends, Ginger Bradford. The opening of this meeting, we need everyone, I'm sure's reviewed the October 20th meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make a motion.
It's been properly moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
And it's been properly seconded by Stan. Any discussion? Corrections? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. 6-0. And we have one council member.
She will be here shortly.
Stephanie Black is not with us at this moment. Now, we also need our approval of the October 30th meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Stan has moved. Do we have a second? Do I have a second? Ron has seconded the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6-0. Now this evening,
You can still vote.
pardon?
He said he wasn't here. I said you could still vote.
This evening, we have our prosecutor with us. Sir, would you like to?
He left.
Oh, he left.
His kid has a cross-country thing. So there's a paper that everyone got. Rick wanted you guys to read that. He kind of wanted to go over it a little bit, but he was running behind and the lady was going to miss his sending his first varsity letter. So at his cross-country dinner or whatever it was. So if you could read this, and then he's going to talk about it next month when he comes in.
Okay.
So
We'll need to, council, please review this. We each have a copy. And John, if you would, we've gone through and approved our minutes and things from the previous meeting. But down here, how to pay for this public safety tax, after reading this, the prosecutor's office would pay the first year, and then they would like to use public safety tax. Could you give us your professional opinion, if that would be okay, at a next meeting next month, if we use public safety tax for this equipment, this digital evidence management system? We don't need anything now, but if you'll do that for next month, be greatly appreciated. Do you think there'd be any concerns or anything with that? We'll go ahead and go with the transfers for this particular month. We have the sheriff for $5,000. Deputies are short-staffed and overtime has been increased. We have a transfer from the sheriff's department for the sheriff's department of $5,000. Do I have a motion to approve this?
I'll make a motion.
David moves. Do I have a second?
second.
And Stephanie seconds. Any discussion? And our sheriff is here if we have any questions.
Why are you short-staffed?
Sir, Sheriff, would you mind coming up front and sharing with us?
Hi, Rob Bradley, Sheriff. Here recently, one of our officers resigned to go to Brookville Police Department. It was a better, closer to where she's from, where she lives, so that was the loss of one officer there, and then another officer we lost for human resources reasons I can't really talk about here. So we're down 2 officers, and we have 2 officers in the police academy until second week in December, I think. And even they're not on the road, so kind of we're kind of down 4 officers right now, but it's mostly because those 2 left. The 2 in the academy we knew about. These 2 were kind of a curveball, so that's why.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
We have one more, we'll vote for this. So I have a motion to properly made by David and a second by Stephanie.
No, that was, oh, yeah, that's, sorry.
Okay. And our question's been asked. Any other questions to ask the sheriff? If hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. And also, Sheriff, we have $3,109.10, and so anyway, this is a shortfall in the rising cost of the Centrist invoices. Do I have a motion to approve this?
Make a motion.
So made by Andrew. Do I have a second, sir?
I'll second.
I think I heard Stan before Diane.
That's fine.
Okay, Stan. Any discussion or questions for the sheriff?
I don't know exactly what this is, but is it an option, or do you need to look into another vendor, or just if they keep increasing costs? I was just curious.
I think if they keep increasing costs, we could look around and see what's available, but I know we've been with those people for years, so
Just curious.
We don't have a contract with,
I'd have to double check, but I think we do.
I thought you had a contract
Yeah.
with those individuals.
I thought, Jeff, is there a contract with
What's,
Cintas to take care of all the fire stuff?
There is,
Good question.
but I don't know what the date is on it, but there is a contract.
right? And it's in my budget, but it's for the building, so it could very easily fall under theirs, mine, whatever.
Yeah, if they have a contract, they should be able to raise it. Anyway, I think, should we make a note to have that found out for commissioners meeting, our next meeting, to see if there's a contract, to make sure that they're not, trying to take advantage?
And there wasn't any new additional uniforms on there?
No.
This is for,
Far.
Yeah, that's for fire services.
Yeah.
We'll look into that further, but we have a motion that's been properly made and second. We'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
911. We have a motion for $10,213.91. Anyone here for 911? Would you like to come and identify yourself, please?
I am Kyla Dell. I am the new 911 director for Ripley County Communications.
We notice here you have a request, a transfer for $10,213.91. Did you say that the accounts were overextended by the previous department head?
Yes, so I believe my predecessor thought that there was an encumbrance for that account, but there was not. So that account was over encumbered. So this account, or this transfer, would cover what was overused.
Overused?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a motion by Ron. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Andrew. Any discussion or questions for the coordinator? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. Thank you for coming in
No
and
problem.
sharing with us.
Yeah, no problem.
And
Nice to
we,
meet you.
happy to meet you also.
Nice to meet you all as well.
The Health Department has a request to cover an overextended amount and using the rest of the grant. This is for their Safe City for $544.91. Do I have anyone to move to approve this? So moved by Stan. Do I have a second? Ron?
I'll second.
Discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. We have a request for the Highway Department. They have an overextended account, and it's for $2,897.80. Do I have a motion to approve this? These are transfers.
I'll make a motion.
Stephanie has moved. Do we have a second? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Diane has seconded the motion. Any discussion?
Why are all these accounts overextended all of a sudden? How's that work? Deal on
People are
it?
just spending.
Amen to that.
Well,
Aggravating.
excuse me, we have a commissioner here. Jeff, can you share with us why we're having this now? This overextended?
You probably don't even know what it is. So probably what happened
I'm
is.
Commissioner Voss.
Excuse me.
I am not aware of this that's going,
Okay.
that's going on. So otherwise, I could give you a good answer, but I don't have one. So
Okay.
our highway department wasn't in at our last meeting, so he never brought none of this up, so, okay? Thanks.
Okay.
I can probably tell you what happened. They use a
Okay.
different chart system than we did. So when Cassandra probably put it in, she probably put it in under a wrong number, and it looked like there was still money there, and she spent it, and then it got overexpended. I'm telling you, that's what probably happened.
Okay,
Because that's what happened the last time they overexpended an account.
okay.
They don't do it very often.
All
Right,
right.
that, and then you have health overexpended. 911, I guess I can see that. Health department, but I don't, it seems like a lot in 1 month of over.
The health department is just the account was over, the money's there.
They just
It's
didn't
just
have
that
it appropriated.
account was not appropriated,
Got
correct,
it.
like, I mean, she can transfer it, I mean, it's a grant.
Got it, yeah,
So
just needed to be
they
appropriate.
could really spend the money wherever they want to in that grant as long as it's for what they're able to use that grant for. But to us, it needs to be appropriated.
Gotcha, yeah.
So we have a motion that's been properly made by Stephanie and seconded by Diane. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. And we also have a request from the Highway Department for $10,000. This is to pay for our mobile comm for radios.
I'll make a motion.
So Andrew, it's been made, the motion's been made. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
David has moved to second the motion. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. Our next item is the park, and the park has a request for $19,000. This is a transfer to complete the end of the year, projects.
I have a question on this.
Yes, sir.
This is probably good to Amy. It's got the park caretaker.
So she tried to hire, she had like 3 of them this year at the beginning of the year, but none of them stayed, or she had trouble with one of them, I know, and had to let him go. But she didn't use the money.
Okay, so it's not her salary that it's.
It's not hers,
I
it's
didn't-
like
that's what I
it's like
meant.
a part-time caretaker's salary, but she hasn't had one because she can't find the
And I'm
money to
assuming
take the
we could
position.
We can use the pay from someone's salary for something else.
I mean, as long as you're not using it, I mean, as long as you transfer it, yes. I mean, you can't use it out of that line item for something else, but as long as you transfer the money, you can.
I'll make a motion.
It's been moved by Andrew. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Stephanie. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. We also have a request from the Park Board, $2,700, and so this is to cover costs to the end of the year. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Stan has moved. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Diane? Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. We also have a request from the Park Board for $3,900. This is to cover the end of the year of maintenance on equipment. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
David has moved. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second by Diane. Discussion? Proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. Court Services have a request to reallocate funds, $2,000, and I believe Court Services are here.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, would you like to identify yourself?
Shannon Schmaltz, Director at Ripley County Court Services.
Okay.
I forgot my paper, I'm working at the Tyson Activity Center, and I forgot all my paperwork, so
Okay.
I think I know what
I'll
it
make
is.
a motion.
Okay,
I'll
Ron
second.
has moved. And David, second.
Andrew.
Oh, Andrew, okay, excuse me. Discussion? Are any questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. We also have a request from Court Services for $4,100 to reallocate the funds. These are transfers. And Ron has moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Diane has seconded the motion. Do we have discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. Court Services, this is to spend out a balance of a fund, $4,095.
I'll make a motion.
I think I heard Andrew, is that correct?
Yes, I'll second it.
And David seconded the motion. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. Court Services, $400. This is to finish out an account for $400. This is the Rat Cats contractual
Motion.
services. So I have a, Diane? And do I have a second?
Second.
Andrew has moved. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. Court Services, this is for $18,000. This is an unexpected savings regarding insurance to appropriate to pay for drug screening cups. That's for testing.
Yep.
And you're required to do that, I believe, by
Yep.
court.
So, yeah, so the money we had left over, the person was on maternity leave, so we have money left over in that grant fund, and we put it all towards drug screens.
Okay, thank you. Ron, you moved? Do I have a second? That was Andrew, correct? Discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. $1,000, this is State Probation Grant B for miscellaneous services and charges.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
That was Andrew. And Stan, seconded. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
I was going to call you today, Shannon, because I looked at all of this, but I forgot.
Yeah, no problem.
Could have saved you coming in.
No problem, thanks.
See you.
Auditor, $40,000. This is for the comprehensive plan. This is a transfer. Ron has moved.
Second.
Andrew has seconded the motion. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. Commissioners, this is for One Voice to purchase bed frames, dressers, computers, printers, couches, and a dining table for $3,005.
What is this?
One Voice, it's a group, what do? Do you remember? They come into the
Oh, maybe Lee?
Yeah, go ahead. Because I don't know exactly what they do. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't remember.
That's okay. So a lot of it's drug prevention, suicide prevention. They work with a lot of the organizations out in Batesville for all of Ripley County and Franklin County. We do suicide and overdose prevention. One Voice does that. They provide services in the jail as well too. So it's a lot of it's death prevention, drug prevention.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve this
So are
transfer?
these items that go in the jail?
No, I didn't catch what the items were. I just heard One Voice.
It's
Okay.
from where they're doing rooms for, it's like for their shelter. Are they doing a new shelter in Batesville or somewhere?
So through the Suicide and Overdose Prevention Coalition, there are some rooms through Encompass that are sponsored through that. So that I can't say.
Yeah,
if that's what
I
it is.
mean,
Probably
he
not.
came in and he came into the commissioners meeting
That's been a few meetings back, wasn't it?
Was it
a
Jesus
month
guy?
ago.
It was a guy that did it?
Yeah.
So it's probably for the Encompass rooms that are sponsored.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
he
Encompass
was,
funds
they were
would-
buying used stuff.
Can everybody hear that? We're okay? All right, thank you, sir.
But we're buying things that go somewhere else, they don't go to a county facility?
Well, we're not buying them, we're going to give the money to One Voice through our opioid unrestricted fund. Is what the commissioners wanted to do.
It would be equivalent of donating to like Safe Passage and stuff.
Yeah,
when they're
I mean,
asking you
it'd be
for
like
the
one of
specific
them.
items instead of the dollar amount.
We're not going to be paying for these specific things, we're going to give the money to One Voice to purchase them themselves.
All right.
That's all I know about it, I don't know a whole lot, I don't remember. I just do.
This is from the
Doing a
commissioner's budget.
We normally do it later.
It's not the commissioner's budget, it's the
Oh.
unrestricted opioid fund.
Yeah, okay. But the commissioners have moved.
I'll make a
with this.
motion.
Okay, Stan has moved, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
And Diane has seconded the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. Oh, now, help me. Keep your hand up just a second. One.
Favor or against?
I'm asking for the commissioners for
Are you
3,000.
asking for the approval?
For the, raise your right hand, yes, for your approval. 1, 2, 3, 4, is that correct? Is that correct? Those opposed, same sign?
I'm not
Hey,
sure.
I just don't quite
I don't know-
understand.
I don't know where it's going or what it is, and
We just told you.
I realize that, but I don't know what part, I
Opioid
don't know enough
restricted
about it
funds
to
just
say yes.
used,
and that's fine.
maybe I'm wrong, maybe this fund is just used for this type of things.
The unrestricted
Prevention.
fund can really be used for
Could I just
anything of that
It
nature.
doesn't matter.
Anything of that nature.
It
Yes, sir.
doesn't
Correct.
matter.
That's what they want you to use the money for, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Now, let me make
So
sure.
it doesn't matter.
I have a 4-3 vote, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily against it, I just feel like I've got some questions, like.
Yeah, I'm not.
I feel the same way.
I didn't know enough about it to make a vote, so we're good. We're good.
Okay, but it has 4. All right. And the commissioners for $1,355.61. This is for Dunlap to pay. Craig had to come in many Saturdays and with the courthouse renovation and help with that particular
We've already paid him, it just
responsibility.
needs to
I'll
be
make the
appropriated.
motion. Yeah.
Okay, so I was just sharing with everybody so they know what had happened. Ron has moved, do we have a second?
Second.
I think I heard Stan. Any other discussions? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. 911, $2,000. This is due to an individual leaving, and we have overtime that's been needed to cover the services, and it is $2,000. So do I have a motion to approve this?
I'll make a motion.
Stephanie has moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Andrew has second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. We have here from the sheriff, $45,000. This is to purchase a new panic alarm system. This is an additional appropriation. And sir, would you like to come and share with us?
Yep, Lee Davidson, Chief Deputy for the Sheriff's Office. I have some great news for you. We put in the appropriation for $45,000 because the original, let me back up. The panic alarm system that's in the courthouse and in this building has failed. It no longer works. It's over 20 years old. It was purchased 20 years ago, works off of an old radio that was over there. It needs to be replaced. It needs to be replaced quickly because it's required and it's necessary for the courthouse. Becky and I, in some discussion a year ago, was afraid that this might come down the pike, so she got some quotes early on it. One of the highest quotes was $45,000. Because it failed over in between your meetings, I went ahead and put an appropriation for $45,000 with the intent of bringing to you quotes of multiple options. So I have 3 options. You'll be happy to know that it's come significantly lower than what that was. Copy for each person here. The last quote in here, there's 3 options. The last quote in here is the highest one, $45,000. I do not recommend that. The first 2 recommendations are about the same price, but there are some differences in the services that I can explain to you. One thing that I focused on, because I know this is something that you guys like and I like too, is not having extended warranties and all this other crap that we have to pay for years on end. So the top option is we buy the equipment, we put it in, it works exactly as we've had for the last 20 years. It's the same company, so we can trust them. We know it works. It comes with no annual fees, no warranty fees, no nothing. $17,000. We put in the equipment, it's done. We use the radio equipment that we currently have for that. The second system, through Waltz, if you look at the 5-year option, it comes in at $16,440, just under what the first quote does. That's for the 5-year, but you're paying for an extended service every year over year. After that 5 years, in order to continue with the service, the licensing fees, you're gonna have to continue to pay. You can buy out a 10-year at $19,173. This system is more robust than what we currently have. That company really is like a holistic security company, so they do cameras, they do door locks, they do panic alarms, they do everything. It all works off the internet, it's cloud-based. They have another company that's answering. It's like your traditional security service. I don't think that's necessary. We just put new cameras in the courthouse. I mean, would it be nice to have the whole integrated system? Yes, but it doesn't fiscally make sense right now. So that their model is to do all of that. They're just selling us a little piece of that pie. If we wanted to eventually upgrade to that in the future, we could through them, but that's going to come with more licensing fees and more warranties and all that other stuff that we have to buy each year, and more equipment. The Secure Tech systems for $16,995. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer to me. We don't have any.
Like the option number 1, it's like, we own it, it's probably got a warranty for a short amount of time.
2 years.
And after that, if it breaks, we're responsible for it, but we're not paying this money every month.
Right. And this one,
I like that much better.
like I said, it's the same system that what we have now. The only upgrade is that it'll send text messages out too, but it works off of 800 megahertz radio system, which is battery backup, it's generator backup, it's what dispatch runs off of, it's all of our radios. If you put it on the network, you're also going to have to do a cellular backup to that. But that's all they have, is cellular and Wi-Fi, and we all know how reliable that can be. It's great when it works, but when it doesn't, everything goes down. This can't go down. This is like a lifeline to the courthouse. So even if the power goes out, this runs off of one of these, basically, an older model. It's got its own battery backup built in. We control the programming for it, everything.
So this is for the courthouse and part of the annex?
32 buttons will cover the courthouse and the annex. The sheriff's office responsibility is the court. These have been in the annex. I think it's a good benefit to it. If you want, I can try to nickel and dime them and reduce those numbers so we don't have for this building, but for that price, it makes
Well, I'm
sense.
gonna tell you right now, I need a panic button. I want one. I've used it numerous times in my office during tax season.
Now, you have one at your desk, I believe.
I'm just gonna tell you right now. I don't think it's right that the courthouse has them and we don't.
exactly.
I'm not advocating that we don't.
I mean,
I'm
we're
saying
no
this-
less important than they are.
This number should cover all that. I agree.
Sorry.
I have a question, if I may. And-
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sorry for not understanding
That's okay.
this is a silent alarm? Is that the silent alarm? the
Yeah,
panic?
so it's the ones that are the.
Yeah, okay, all right,
Yeah. It goes through our radio system and notifies dispatch, and then they dispatch officers.
okay.
It worked. I mean, it's worked for 20 years. All we had to do was change the batteries out on them. So,
That would be for $17,000.
yeah, I would recommend doing the appropriation for 18 or 19, just to be safe. We came down from 45, like, if there's any overages when they come to install, then we'd have it there without having to come back for an additional appropriation. But that's up to you. The minimum I would need is the 17,000 for the appropriation.
Council, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to do option one.
Or 17,000. What's the appropriation amount?
What's the amount?
Yeah, is there tax on that?
No,
No.
no tax.
What?
But if we wanted to add some additional buttons when they come in and stuff like that, it would give us a little bit of fluff.
Well, I'm asking, you've got some extra money set aside if you need to do something? Or the reason I'm asking that, should we just make it for 17 because I think you have some.
So we do have a courthouse security fund. We can't use commissary for it, though. It has to be,
Okay.
no, because it doesn't benefit the jail in any
Do it
way.
for like 19 grand then, something like that? Is that?
If we don't need it, we'll get it back, yes. I would recommend 19,000.
I mean, if you don't use it, it just sits there,
Yeah.
goes back into the fund anyway.
I'd make a motion for option one with $19,000 with the extra coming back.
Okay, it's been properly made by David. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
And Ron has moved, second. Other discussion?
Can I have one?
I think there is. I think there's one, I don't
There's
discuss
one right
where
here.
exactly. No.
Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All
I
in
would
favor,
use it.
raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. Thank you.
Thank you, sure.
Good job getting all them quotes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate the completeness of your efforts. All right, under new business, EMA, James Coffey.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Coffee with Ripley County EMA. Should have enough of these. I'm here today because one of my staff members is retiring a week from tomorrow. And so have a couple of recommendations to look over. Not asking for more money, just the reallocation of money that was approved for 2026.
Yes, please.
Share with us this document, please.
Yes, so this is what I typed up for basically a proposal for how to proceed. Currently, right now, I am a full-time director. I have a part-time emergency preparedness specialist and part-time administrative assistant. That's Rich, he's the one retiring. Rich has done a lot for us in terms of weather monitoring and social media, which leans into public engagement. So we're more accessible even if I'm at meetings like this or elsewhere in the county or meeting with the district, oftentimes down in Madison. He's helped a lot with our availability if you call our office or email us. So we have here some things to consider when it comes to EMA staffing. Some of the challenges that we're up against, like the weather conditions, the aging critical infrastructure like power lines, public safety, technical gaps, hazard mitigation, and disaster relief funding delays. If you're not familiar with that, other counties in Indiana that have submitted disaster declarations have waited 6+ months in getting any relief funding. So things a little bit more challenging than in the past when we submit a disaster declaration and we know that relief money is coming. We know that there's coordination between state and federal government. But right now with FEMA being restructured and the chief of FEMA that just stepped down today, a lot of uncertainty above that. And they're looking to the local levels to be more resilient. So of course I understand the challenges locally with how expensive things in our field can cost. It's not as simple as replacing someone like Rich with AI. It's just not, it's not there yet. It's also really expensive to even get close. Some initiatives that we're looking at this year, launching community organizations active in disasters. And what that is a panel of organizations throughout the county that vote on how to proceed in emergency preparedness so that they're included with us. Public safety would be at the table of a COAD, but we don't have any votes. So they can determine if they want to go further into one way or another. We're there to support them, but we don't have votes to sway their direction. That involves a lot of coordination with these organizations. And when I'm at other meetings and trainings, I can only be at one place at one time. And so I really rely on my staff to help with that. Improving emergency shelter coordination. There's software to help us with that we've looked into this year, and it's just not feasible. We don't really have the staff, even with all three of us right now, to answer calls if all the shelters, like all the churches, say that we're open right now if there's a tornado warning right now. So we're working on that coordination, and the more the merrier for that. Countywide exercises, including fire response to Ripley County properties. So I'm on Versailles Fire for full disclosure, but I've talked to the chief about doing another countywide exercise where we have all the fire departments on mutual aid responding to a fire drill at the courthouse here. So something like a full-scale exercise, bringing in all the fire departments. That can take some time in planning, and Todd Schutte, the emergency preparedness specialist, he's a retired fire chief from Batesville. He was there for longer than I've been alive, so he knows the fire scenes very well. And then the usual revising emergency plans, things like continuity of government, the county emergency operations plan, and communications plan, so redundancies in communications. So like Lee mentioned, things like these radios that don't go down, but these radios are $7,000, $8,000 a piece, so we're very limited on how many we have of those. So looking at other plans and other alternatives to how that works. One example of that is Ripley County EMA now has an Auxcom team. Long story short, it's amateur radio operators that use their licenses to support emergency communications. So we started that this year. We have that group coordinating their development and training so that even if our radios go down, telecommunications are down, those radio frequencies, those would still be up. And so we're looking to that depth of emergency preparedness and resilience. Also, I have included staffing of nearby counties just for awareness on what our neighbors are doing. Some of them have full-time administrative assistants and/or deputy directors underneath the director. Others have part-time support under the EMA director. And then I have an asterisk there to see the FEMA risk index, which is not the back of that page, but the second page stapled to it. We don't have to get into the weeds on this, but essentially what this is saying is that our risk index is higher than those neighbors that have part-time support. So Jennings County, Decatur County, Franklin County, Dearborn County, according to FEMA, they have a lower risk than we do. These are all natural disasters, so this is not taking into consideration things like civil unrest, economic, like housing, things like that, or cybersecurity. These are just storms and weather-related events. So if we look at that and compare to our neighbors, it's not exactly apples to oranges according to FEMA's assessment on risk. Any questions on that page before we flip to the back?
Now, why would we be at higher risk than our surrounding counties?
So it could be basically the weather pattern that comes through this area. It could also be that we fall under National Weather Service Wilmington, which means we're on the western front of their radar visibility. Some of these others to our west, they would fall under Indianapolis, but they're on the eastern end, so they can see what weather is coming that way. For Wilmington, they're looking to us to coordinate and let them know what weather is coming through our way. So that boundary on National Weather Service radars makes it a little bit more challenging to determine and assess the weather. It could also be infrastructure, so the design and the age of their infrastructure, so like water lines and power lines. I don't have that information off the top of my head, but things like that can change the risk assessment. So on the next page, recommendations, not looking for both, just one or the other. After talking to my staff and some others in public safety and the auditors, my recommendation would be to combine the two part-time salaries into the one part-time staff that we have, Todd Schutte. This would afford us his full-time availability, which helps me out a great deal and helps us absorb losing another staff member. So no change to the budget would be needed. If you have questions about the individual breakdown of that, benefits, things like that, I'd prefer to talk about that offline if we could, just to not speak on personal financial matters in the public format, but,
It's all public knowledge anyway.
okay,
Yeah.
true, yeah.
A part-time staff member receives no benefit, but when we transition a person to a full-time individual position, they would receive benefits, insurance and everything. So it would be a big increase actually in cost.
So if we were to go with Todd Schutte for this position and this approach, he declined the benefits to be added. I talked to Amy who,
The only benefit he can't decline is perf.
so that would be up to you, or we could bring it down to the maximum part-time hours. And
He could decline it this year, take it next year.
Correct.
and it's part-time salary, so if we bring the part-time down, but we have a large incident or a lot of things in 1 week, there's not overtime, there's not, there would be comp time, but there's not overtime associated with that.
So my question then is, with this, if he's going to be basically putting their two salaries together, so for part-time, I'm going to say 30 hours, I think it's got to be under so many.
28.
28, thank you. Will he be in the EMA office?
Yes,
for
that is
28
the
hours?
expectation, yes.
A part-time staff member is 15.57, Amy, per hour?
75 this year.
15.75?
These guys are a little different, though. They're not done that way. They're like almost on a salary because they're 24-hour.
I think we get 30%
We get
reimbursement.
reimbursement.
Correct, yes, from the emergency
But
preparedness.
that's for all three of you, or will it be just two of you, or is that just for the part-time?
No, it'd be for all three.
For everything.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was right.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
So your request this evening is for this either option number 1 or the option number 2, correct? on
Correct.
this
Option number
webpage?
2 would be leaving it as is and looking to refill the position. This could be challenging just because of the time of the year going into when we have winter weather, followed by our springtime thunderstorms, and then the summer we have community events. So just anticipating the next several months, that lift in training could be difficult. Of course, we're willing to do it if we were to refill the part-time position.
Council discussion?
Are you the guys that make the decision to close the roads or for like the snowfall and stuff?
Partially. So we do the travel advisory, which is the watch, or we call it yellow. We also do that's the advisory. The watch is the orange. We have that authority to do, which is just extra, hey, caution. When we go to a travel warning, only the commissioners can approve that. So we propose it. We're the ones that propose it to the commissioners after having a conversation with dispatch, the sheriff's office. That gives us the situational awareness to assess that situation and propose it ultimately to the commissioners.
Okay, thank you.
Also, I haven't brought this to the commissioners because we had the inclement weather on Monday. I can only be at one place at one time, so I was dealing with that, and that's why I didn't bring it to you guys first. So if you have any questions, obviously feel free to let me know, but.
Council, thoughts? Motion?
I guess my thoughts is if you're a little short-staffed, are you better to keep 3 or than just going down to 2?
3 is good, but when the 2 are part-time, if there's issues during the day, and I'm at a district meeting in Madison or working with other partners, there's been times recently where I'm at meetings or mostly meetings, and I'll get a call from someone to set up another meeting, and the daytime availability kind of varies because of other obligations with part-time staff. If we were to go to this full-time approach, to me, the 2 full-time would be much more effective than 1 full-time and 2 part-time. I didn't think that was an option at first because it's not the highest salary, but with Todd being willing to take that on, then I'm not coming to you asking for a full-time position, making a whole new salary.
So you're saying your part-time people right now, as if they were there, don't work during the day, or you don't have a schedule flip-flop to make things?
We
so
do, but we
somebody's
have to meet, for Todd, we have to meet like evenings, weekends, we can do like a phone call during the day. Rich is otherwise retired, so his availability throughout the day is a little bit more. You'll see social media posts and things like that at all times of the day. I don't know when he sleeps, but
That's Rich.
yeah. But if we were to have a very large disaster, and you're looking into different operation, like multiple operational periods, basically after that first one, when I would need to be relieved, we start losing staffing pretty quickly. Same with, we have volunteers as well, but they all have full-time jobs, and in today's economy also sometimes a part-time job on top of that. So yeah, to afford the full-time availability to me would make the biggest impact.
If
Does
he's
that answer your
agreed to no benefits, that would be wonderful at this point. But what happens if he decides that he wants to move to sunny Florida? And then are we going back to 2 part-timers, or are we going to have a full-time with benefits?
Well, I could say we could have decided at that time, because if we're bringing in someone else, we can look at, really what are they bringing to the position in terms of their experience. I mean, when you have Todd Schutte, retired fire chief, I'm just looking to maximize the involvement now while we have him. If he was to leave, I can certainly come to you again, and we can talk about the future of that position.
Okay.
Has it been working well now?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm spread a little bit thin with covering the daytime and day-to-day ops a lot. But Rich has been a big asset, and then Todd helps a lot if there's something that I can't get to. Or like my family, they're from Cleveland, Ohio, so if I'm out of town seeing family, we've got someone that can go out to these roadside incidents and fill in for me.
The surrounding counties, what do they have? I know you mentioned,
So if you go to the bottom of the first page,
I know, but, Jefferson, Floyd, Bartholomew, and Dearborn counties, they have part-time under an EMA director?
they
Right?
have the full-time director, they have a full-time administrative assistant. I would have to check and double-check, because I don't want to give you the wrong information. Some of them have the full-time deputy director and a full-time administrative assistant. So
Where is Floyd County?
Clark County.
Down south, right above Louisville.
Right by,
Like Floyd Knobs
yeah,
and all
Fort
that?
Knox. and
It's about the
right
same.
across the river.
It's not
Yeah,
that big.
it's where IUP lies at.
Is it bigger than Ripley County, is what I'm asking?
Yeah, probably.
There'd probably be a lot more people.
Population.
I mean, that's-
Right on it. And then Decatur and Franklin are closer to Ripley County's population.
We're in the middle.
Decatur, Dearborn's about 50,000, and we're at 28, 29,
Right, and Bartholomew is probably
over
80 or
100,000.
100,000.
Yes,
And then Shelby,
Comparative.
it's probably at least 80.
and then
Got that to go to.
Jefferson, that's up there too, isn't it?
It's more
So
than
that were
us,
the bigger counties
35 to 40 probably.
with 2 full-times. That's just what I'm looking at the staffing by nearby counties. And if we're doing that, if I'm right, it's showing we should only have a part-time. Because these other counties are so much larger than ours.
I mean, Jefferson County's population is only 32,000. Ours is almost 30.
28, 29.
And then if you look at the FEMA risk index, us and Jefferson are the two around here that are at that higher level risk. So, yeah, fair to consider both population in terms of their staffing and also the risk that they're vulnerable to.
Council thoughts? How do we proceed?
Boy, this is a tough one.
This is a tough one. How I look at it is, when a disaster does hit, if you have two part-times, you have 3 people working. That's how I look at it.
Well, if you have a
But-
disaster, you're gonna have 50 people.
Well, exactly, you're gonna have a lot.
Mutual aid, all these other counties are gonna, just like if they have one, we're going to have it.
I think a large part to consider is the aftermath. After those first responders that come in on mutual aid, once the fire is put out, those volunteers are going home. But we look at long-term recovery. It's not being paged out by dispatch. It's up to us to do those damage assessments and work with those affected folks along with the Red Cross and other partners. So we lose that urgency, if you will, on those calls. And then when that happens, we can lose the volunteers' availability and my own staff due to their full-time obligations. So for the initial, few hours after a disaster, yeah, we would have a lot of people coming in. But once you go to 4, 5, 6 hours after that, it really starts to decline.
I'm trying to figure out, so you're saying that Todd, Shooty, and Rich have full-time jobs right now, and they're only there for 28 hours a week on top of their full-time jobs, or they're just there for however many
The
hours?
28 hours is not current. It's less than that right now. Rich is retired. Todd has a full-time job, and his part-time is on top of that. So he's able to help out outside of those hours.
So how many hours does he work, say, a week? Todd?
It varies, but there's a decent amount of time where he's going into some of the larger documents that we work with. That's between probably 8 to 12. And then on top of that, when we have weather events and things like that, and we're all discussing current conditions and forecasts, ramps up sometimes. I would say the average is 8 to 12.
Okay, so then if he's 8 to 12, and then Rich being retired,
That's one of the
he
options.
probably goes fishing a day or two a week or something like that. So what would be his, what do you think his average time per week, per se, if you had to guess?
I would say at least 25.
25.
But this gentleman you're talking about, he works full-time now, and he would be able to add, then be a second full-time position, so he'd be working
No,
two
this would
full-time
afford
jobs.
us his full-time availability.
So he would be leaving his other full-time job
Correct.
potentially.
Correct.
Okay.
So there's 35 hours per se per week that would be needed.
Thoughts, council?
So
How do we
full-time's
proceed?
not quite there yet, but 28's what it is,
28 for part-time.
40 for full.
No, it's not quite 40. How much is it?
36.
30. What's our staff work?
In my eyes, 40.
35.
35.
35.
Gotcha.
That's outside of 911, jail, EMS, sheriff's department. Those don't work 35 hours.
This here, what I would assume would go.
Probation
40
doesn't
hours a
either,
week.
highway doesn't either. Highway works a 40-hour week, probation
I
works.
would imagine this would be a 40-hour week. You work
Is that right?
40 hours?
at least.
You do 24 on that cycle?
I don't have time off. If dispatch needs me, I'm expected to be there. If I'm on comp time and something comes up, especially if it's during the daytime hours and, we're just traveling or fishing, like you said. Yeah.
Can you subcontract him, like a prosecutor does? That way you can't draw benefits. I'm just throwing something out.
I'm not sure how you would,
Subcontract would be on his own and set his rate, and then you'd have to either take it or leave it. More or less, I would think.
John, what do you think?
Well,
I think it's a little different, isn't it?
they're gonna look at the subcontractors, number one. They're just gonna basically expect them to be able to get the job done, what the task is, for a set fee. They have their own tools, they have their own things. I mean, that's what the IRS looks at. I mean, they're determining should you withhold
Own insurance,
taxes and
on
stuff.
everything.
They just get 1099. Prosecutor's office, you guys have given them too.
Yeah, this would basically, we would just pay that amount of money, and if you're paid, you're working when you're needed, as is. I don't think,
Contractual services.
personally, I don't think a subcontract would be a good thing. It's a good idea, though, good thought.
Council, how do we want to proceed here?
I mean, I'm of the opinion that we should, I'm just going to make a motion to approve his request. I don't want to sit here and,
Full-time or part-time?
what he
Option
recommended.
one or option two?
This is option one. I don't want to armchair quarterback this. I mean, this is his domain, this is what he does, this is what he's asking for. I mean, it's not really costing us
The only thing that's gonna up your budget is perf,
by how much.
11.2% of his salary.
Plus, if they decide to take insurance.
Correct.
Just because you say no now doesn't mean 6 months from now.
Or do we want to max out the part-time hours?
That,
Because if
it's
we
not
do
my
that-
decision.
That's true, Ron, but if another person in another decides they want to get insurance, that's beyond our control. So we
They
can't,
have
we,
that-
we,
I know,
we,
but
we-
we're trying to figure out how to keep the salary the same.
I get that, but if somebody in Amy's office, if somebody's in Amy's office.
How long
wants
have
to
you
get
been running
insurance,
with one full-time and two part?
Since I started last spring.
So we have a motion, is that correct, Stephanie, that you move to accept proposal one,
She never,
but we don't, do we have a second for that motion?
I will second.
Okay, so we have a motion that's been made, and correct me if this is not your intention. This is what's been highly recommended, and it's proposal number one, and it's been properly seconded by Stan. Any discussion? I hear none. Now we're going to proceed to vote. If you're all in favor, raise your right hand. So we have Stephanie and Stan. Those opposed, same sign. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What
So
do
we
you
got
do, Diane?
2, 4, and Diane abstains.
I'm abstaining. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a 2 to 4, so that motion did not pass by Stephanie and Stan.
I would like to make a motion on,
Now you're going to move, David.
option number 2.
Okay, you're proposing option number 2,
Yes.
and this is filling in with an administrative assistant with a new part-time person. Okay, so your position and then a new part-time individual, which would be less probably than 28 hours a week, or you're?
Correct.
Okay. All right. David has moved. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Andrew has moved. Are we all clear? This is option number 2. Sir, do you have anything to share with us about this option number 2?
No, just that we would be looking for someone with more of a technical skill set. I'll have to absorb a lot of Rich's responsibilities with the weather coverage and social media and community engagement. So for this one, it would be more of someone with a technical background to help EMA dispatch, the sheriff's office. I ran that by Becky with an updated job description. I actually don't have that copy with me here today, but that would be the approach we'd be taking. So not looking to find a meteorologist to do this part-time. We would go a different direction with replacing a part-time position.
Now, would you be able to do that? I mean,
Yes, probably not to the same,
Would
time
Todd-
commitment that Rich does, because like I said, he's on that all the time. If you scroll down our page, you can find preparedness information about any topic there is. And then sharing incidents, there's a fire out in the county and, he's on top of it. So it might not be exactly the same, but essentially the same.
Do you think your person that's interested in the full-time, is it an option for him to do both? It's still work.
He brings kind of a different skill set than what this gap would be looking to fill.
So what you're saying is Todd wouldn't be able to bump up to that 25-hour spot because of his skill set, yet to make him full-time, how would we cover that skill set? That's why I'm voting for the second option and not for the first.
Sure. So when we would be bumping up Todd's time, you can add a lot of training to it and kind of get him there and close that gap. On the part-time salary, it's a little bit more difficult to have someone fully dedicated to learning up those skills.
Okay, David has moved, Andrew has seconded the motion. We have clarification here. It's option number 2. We're going to proceed to vote. All in favor of this option number 2, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. Now, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that correct? 6. 1 abstaining.
I just feel like needs to be a little bit more thought, or at least on my part, there needs to be a little more thought.
Okay, all right. Sir, so we have that
Sure.
covered with a 6-to-1 vote.
Okay. And my contact information is there at the end. If you have questions or want to dive deeper into an aspect of that, feel free to reach out.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks
Appreciate
for all
your
your work.
comments. We appreciate everything you do.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, Sheriff?
So, Rob Bradley, Sheriff, I just want to put you at ease. I'm not going to ask you for any more money tonight.
Good.
I don't believe it.
He looks at us like, Sam, let's give it to
I do want to update you on, because recently you guys approved that whole thing with the commissioners and the maintenance person, and that's really working out
Is that
great.
working out okay?
He's literally saved this county thousands of dollars by doing the work with him and 2 inmates, rather than hiring contractors to come in and do all the work. So he really has saved us a lot of money. So I thank you for doing that and getting us our maintenance guy dedicated to the jail, because that's a daily thing. So with that in mind, he's the biggest thing he's worked on here lately was the remodeling of the booking area in the jail. First room you come into when you're getting arrested or if you're taking a tour. And we remodeled it. I had safety concerns, and that's why I wanted it remodeled, but then you guys approved the full-body x-ray machine, and I didn't want to put something like that costs so much money into a room that's, beyond, it needed refitted, remodeled. So that's what we did. We basically gutted the room, put a new ceiling in, and took out a lot of the wiring that was up there, put a new floor covering, new workstation for the jailers, and then the new electronic equipment that you all approved, and it really looks great. So I want to extend an invitation to you after your next meeting, not necessarily this meeting, because the x-ray machine was delivered last Tuesday, and they will start training tomorrow. And they're going to train for 2 days, I believe, and then, so by the time your next meeting rolls around, everybody should be trained up on how to use it, and they could we can maybe give you a demonstration if you're interested after the next meeting.
Would that be okay with you if we come after our next meeting and have a demo?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping. Now, I may or may not be there. I have a previous engagement for training, but, so here's the ask.
December 15th,
Is that, yeah, yes, Monday.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So earlier I was up here, we talked about the deficit in the deputies department, how we're down 2 guys. We have 2 in the academy right now that will be graduating soon. We got an application from an officer in the county, from one of the smaller towns that wants to work with us, who just graduated the police academy here recently. He is under contract with it's the town of Osgood, it's one of their deputies. And he's under contract with them, and we would have to buy out his contract. I checked with State Board of Accounts to see if we could pay that out of commissary to get him to come over to shorten our time of putting another guy back on the road. And they said we could, as long as our fiscal body approved. It's not more than $4,000 out of commissary. And it's going to cut our time down by 9-10 months putting another guy on the road.
How much do you need?
I don't need anything. I just need your permission to use the commissary.
Okay, so it's been moved by Ron. Do we have a second? David, you're
Second.
moving to
Sure.
second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6-0.
All right.
Love your
Six.
using commentary,
Thank
thank
you
you.
very much. And I think you'll be tickled to death. Well, I think I sent you a picture,
I'm thrilled with
a little bit of it. The
And
picture I
you
sent you of the
have a
booking area.
extension.
Didn't I send you a picture? Oh.
Stephanie?
Oh, okay.
I
Anyways,
want to see it.
Oh.
I think
Yeah,
Sorry.
and next month you'll see it, and I think you'll be very happy with it.
Good,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
And we appreciate everything you do.
Thank you.
Park board ordinance. Who's going to be sharing with us about the park board?
I don't know, I was told to put it on there.
What was the question again?
Park board ordinance?
Is this the one that was Mark was talking about at the commissioners meeting to
It
find out?
was. Right now, I think we're missing, 2 members from the park board?
But aren't you working on something with that right now?
Well, the thought was this. One of the things that Mark had pointed out in the commissioners meeting, the last one, was that, is it possible for a county council member and a county commissioner to serve as a park board member? And in the dual office holding guide of the Attorney General, Todd Rokita, it doesn't specifically mention a county park board member being a lucrative office. And there was talk about whether or not that could be used if they received no stipend. The thing is, the park board ordinance was created by the county council. And for those park boards were created by county councils prior to June, I believe, of 2000. Give me a second here. June 1 of 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe I should say July 1. So you're kind of at a point where 3610. So, county fiscal bodies created it, and after December 31, 2019, county fiscal bodies may not adopt a new ordinance to create a department. You can amend an ordinance. Well, from what I'm reading here, or what I've been reading during this meeting, is that if you amend the ordinance, basically it says, After December 31, 2019, the county fiscal body may not adopt a new ordinance to create a department described in this section as set forth in section 3.1D. Let me get to that. The ordinance creating the department, the county fiscal body may adopt an ordinance before January 2020. Sorry, it was January 1. The county executive may adopt an ordinance after December 31, 2019, if the county fiscal body has not adopted an ordinance or has repealed the ordinance. You've adopted one back during that time, I believe it was 1993. If there's an ordinance in effect on June 30th, 2019, the ordinance is unchanged unless amended or repealed by the county fiscal body. The county board continues to be composed of members described in section 4D through 4H. Well, 4D, that particular section is the one where it says county council appoints 2 members, the judge, circuit court judge appoints 2, and the county commissioners appoint 1. Any amendments to the ordinance as to the composition of the county board must comply with section 4.2 of this chapter. Now, 4.2 goes on to basically state that if you amend this, now the county board would basically need to be appointed 2 members by the county executive, with the members being affiliated with different political parties, and then the county fiscal body shall appoint 2 members, those affiliated with 2 different parties. A creating ordinance may provide for one other elected official to appoint 1 member to the county board that is in addition to the members provided under subsection B. But this isn't creating an ordinance, you're amending. But when you amend it, you got to now fit this. I believe, if I'm reading this correctly, it now has to fit this criteria. 2 by the council, 2 by the commissioners. The created ordinance may also provide for a county cooperative extension coordinator, the county extension educator, a member selected by the board of supervisors of a soil and water conservation district. Now, that's a creating ordinance may do that. It can also appoint an additional member to the board by either the county executive or the county fiscal body, or the delegation of an additional appointment to the county board by either county executive or the county fiscal body by an additional member who serves under D1 through D3. That's what I just read you about the county cooperative extension coordinator.
Now, I served on the park board for 22 years under that title of county extension director.
Which one?
Switzerland.
Okay, so they must have created their park board or amended it after the fact. Now, here's where it gets dicey, and this is where, after reading this, I don't think I need to contact Todd Rakita's office about dual office holding. Subsection, or section 4.2, subsection G states, a municipal executive, a member of a county fiscal body, a member of a county executive, or a member of the municipal fiscal body may not serve on a board. So, my gut feeling is, I wouldn't mess with trying to put a councilman or a commissioner on the board. I don't know that you need to reinvent the wheel here. There's obviously been some comments made at public meetings. And to be quite honest with you, have we, until what, the last 6 months?
6 months to a year is...
How much have we heard an issue up there of these things? So obviously there's some people who are very strong opinions, or they're easily hurt, or they're for whatever reason, there's a handful of people not playing in the sandbox together. That is not the reason to amend and repeal laws or anything like that. You know what that's the sign of? Pick people who are willing to step up to the plate, do what they're supposed to do, and quit this nonsense. That's my recommendation from as far as council goes.
So I knew that we were having to find somebody. I took it upon myself to talk to someone. I think we all should try to see if we need to find a Republican to replace Scotty White.
Now, he has left, he's no longer part of the
I
board?
think he resigned.
He
I
resigned.
think, I'm not.
He did.
Okay.
Okay.
He was our pick, and
So
I'm
now we need
speaking,
a Republican to serve on the park board, recommendation from the county council, correct?
he was, yes.
Okay.
So I think we all ought to reach out, because I hate to say this, but I think what's happened over there, because I've been called and I went to a few meetings, it's become the good old boys club, and you got this side against this side, and no matter what happens, it's a fight. We need to pick somebody that's not associated with anybody over there, somebody that's not wanting to play any politics. They want to go in there and do business like business should be done. Just like John said, play together in the sandbox, work together, and not be Democrat against Republican.
I don't even know if it's that, it could be.
I'm not
a
saying
particular
that's what
use
it
versus
is, I'm
another
just using that as
particular
an
use.
example.
Who knows?
Okay, so for our December the 15th meeting, we will bring back a recommendation of a Republican who we will suggest for the park board, our recommendation from the council. Everybody have the same message? And someone who's a team player and shows leadership and has concern, interest about the park board for the best interest of Ripley County.
And that commitment looks like what?
It's three years?
I'm not certain on that.
Some are.
Usually 4, but I don't know how many years Scott
I believe
has
it's
left
free, and they get
without
paid
looking.
$100 a meeting as long as they're there.
It's $119.
119.
119.
And I never received a penny in my 22 years because I served as the extension educator. So I
That
was
was
a
before
point.
all the, yeah, the
Right.
changes.
So the thing is, right now, the way your ordinance is written, like I said, it's one person who's appointed by the commissioners, 2 by both of you, 2 by the circuit court judge. It would be up to you to amend the ordinance or to repeal it. But my point is, even if you amended or repeal it, the way this is reading, instead of having that same body makeup of what we have now, you'd be under this section 4.2, and I know what Mark's concern was, at least if there was perhaps a councilman and a commissioner on there, the thought was, we'll force you guys to play together. You know, we'll get this straight now.
So it looks like Scott's term is up December of 25, is what I have on my sheet. Now, whether that's
So,
100% accurate, I try to keep up with this, but sometimes
but if that's the case, you appointing him, that he would fill, whoever was appointed, he or she, would fill out Scott's balance, and then you'd probably just immediately reappoint them after the first of the year for a 4-year term.
So
But-
do you want to have somebody picked by then, or do we want to have?
No, let's have an open discussion at our next council meeting on December 15th. If you have individuals who have good leadership and are a team player, a Republican, and we'll make that our appointment. Now, their meeting will have occurred, I think they meet on the first Wednesday of the month. So they will have met in December, so this individual.
they have not been meeting because they don't have quorum right now.
Oh, okay, but normally, don't they meet the first week in the month?
I don't know when that.
First Wednesday.
First
They'd
Wednesday
have
of the
quorum
month?
if everybody would show up.
Yes, but they haven't had quorum lately
Right.
because of something
Sick, health
happening.
issues, what do I want to say?
Other-
Pre-existing requirements or
Yeah.
pre-existing.
So anyway, at our
Meetings.
December 15th, bring your names, and we'll discuss, and if there would, and
Do you want those
No,
people
that-
here? If we know
do
somebody?
we want them to come to our
I
meeting?
would.
I think
Okay.
that'd be a great idea,
Have
because
them come.
that right there, if they're willing to come to one of these meetings, at least that's showing they've got the gumption to come in and be present. But like I said, if you amend or repeal and the commissioners create one, according to this new makeup,
I don't think we should.
commissioners and council can't sit on that
I
board.
think we need to leave it alone. Like you said, why recreate the wheel? So if we talk to someone, do we want to get an email from them so we can share it with each other and say, this is what I'm about, who I'm about?
If we have them physically come to the meeting,
You want to just wait and do it then?
And we'll
Okay.
wait and do it then.
But if they're uncomfortable with public speak or anything,
They can have a resume or a
If
bio.
they're that way, then they don't want to come to the board meetings anyway.
well, you need somebody who's willing to speak out, but when they speak, it needs to be logical, you know,
Sequential.
Not like me.
No, that's not true at all.
not
You're
making,
good.
not making demands for redistricting or whatever the case may be. You know,
So,
there's a difference between telling somebody what to do and working toward a common goal of trying to get people on board with an idea.
Cool.
And how many people are on the board? That's with or without that? Sorry, I got confused. There's 5 or 6?
There's
Five
supposed to
total.
be 5.
A
Five
complete
only, so there's
board is
4 right now.
5.
With the resignation, there's currently 4.
3, I think.
4.
Scott's the only one.
There's,
Okay.
Who are the other people that are currently on that board?
Rob Vestal, Rachel Curl, Owen Minneshofer,
Is he still on?
trying to think who it is.
They're on the.
Charlie Baylor.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
If you'd like to see some of the previous meetings there, you can go in and go under the park board and their meetings are taped, viewed just like ours are. All old business, our 2027 salary.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the information.
Don't have a lot
You're
to,
welcome.
yeah, I don't have a lot to say right now about it. We all know that the salaries need an update and need to be updated up. But we spent some time, Peg and I spent some time with Amy, going over what is current and kind of bouncing off some ideas and bouncing around. I called to make an appointment with the highway to talk to Jason, since he has done some changes in his salaries or his payroll. And I wanted to see what he was using, what his ideas were to begin with. And was on vacation. But I talked to Cassandra, and she did send a copy of their, it's kind of it's called the Performance Review Summary, kind of a scoreboard.
Yeah, they're not paid like the rest of the.
No, they are not, but I wanted to talk to them about how he came to this idea, and, we will be going to talk to him tomorrow in the morning. I've spent some time with our AIC County Fact Book. A lot of the counties do not use our method, and so hopefully I can talk to some of them who do not use our method and can find out what they use, what their criteria is. So at this point, I guess that's where we are. We will hopefully be talking with some of the heads of the departments and possibly even some of the employees themselves and kind of get a feel for what, how everybody feels about what they have now and where they think they ought to be.
When you say our methods, what did you mean by our methods? That the other counties don't use, is that what you said?
Right. For example, so many of our employees, our clerical staff, are all paid the same regardless. And other counties don't do that. So that's, and yeah,
Thank you.
yes.
And Stan's also on there.
Yes, Stan's also on the committee.
So Jason uses a performance-based model to
Yes,
do pay now, so he would be the one deciding, so the department head, Jason, does a performance-based review that divvies out how he pays each employee.
yes,
Sounds familiar.
yeah. So we get more information and keep everybody posted.
And also, the dog warden has been, we had meetings and looking into it and reaching out and with the commissioner, David and myself, looking at and gleaning information, trying to do the best job we can to get all the information in line. And one of the individuals who is currently serving is going to be retiring in 2 years. So we know that up front. Stephanie, David, other thoughts, concerns?
Not at this point. I definitely need more information yet, so. But,
I think we had a lot of good conversation when we met a few weeks ago. I think it's still kind of a work in progress. I agree with David that we have a lot more questions than answers, but we can still keep working through them.
I do feel that we're headed maybe the right direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So nothing's been determined or will be brought to the council, but anyway, gathering information, gleaning lots of resources, and getting the input from several people. And also have gone to the Humane Society here in Ripley County, looking at the facility. They really do a top-notch job and very conscientious, so reaching out a little bit more with that. Our committee reports.
I'm sorry, okay, one question. What we talked about for the December kind of idea that we had is that I
haven't moved on it, haven't gotten any information.
okay.
Reached out, China called her back, and then I didn't get any follow-up information, so unless you reached out to anybody else. But you have...
No, I'm not talking China. I just wanted to add that the post that came up on my feed just last night, said our dog warden is currently full now too.
Okay.
So we have no place, currently, no place for any stray, whether it be someone's pet or just a stray, or somebody's coonhound that's worth $3,000, we have no place to go with it until we can figure it out. Yeah, Perry put that up. It's on Facebook. He's full.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we appreciate that information. Any other information?
Do we, given what we had talked about though for December, we won't have a council meeting till the middle of the month. I didn't know if that's anything we need to discuss or talk about, or just let that go.
Well, we need to discuss it more, and that may be something under new business, if we could have China come and meet with the council and have questions, and maybe give her the list of questions that we have for discussion at our December meeting.
Okay.
But I just didn't, reached out and got the message, called her, and so I haven't received anything back from her. Our committee reports, the economic development, Andrew,
I have a comprehensive plan meeting next week.
okay.
think-
Excuse me,
I think it's
You okay?
19th.
It got canceled and rescheduled?
Yeah, it got canceled and rescheduled for the 19th?
I think so.
So we're okay. SEI regional planning, Diane,
Theirs was an executive board meeting.
solid waste, David,
Wednesday night, we have our big meeting at the end of the year.
and Stan, grants.
I have nothing.
Okay, and
Yes, I am.
Amy has, thank you, has reached out to the Rising Sun Regional Planning
Yeah.
for a grant,
I sent the
foundation.
Yeah. Batesville Memorial Public Library, Thomas Barnett already sits on that board. He's completing his third four-year term right now. He's wanting to serve another term. I just need a motion. It's one we share with Franklin County.
I'll make a motion.
Has he served, is there a term limit of the number you can serve?
I don't think so with the library. I don't think they have one in their ordinance, or they probably wouldn't have sent this.
Okay, so.
I mean, I don't know what their rules and regulations are, but I mean, if he's termed out, I'm sure they wouldn't have sent it.
We got somebody that wants to do it?
I'd second it.
And then David second, any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 7-0. Amy?
And then I have one more thing. So the salary ordinance that we signed at the last meeting, I had a few errors on it when I sent it out to each department. One was the coroner's longevity, and then the other was the judge. Whoops.
Oops.
I did correct them, so I could have a motion to,
For those
for
corrections?
the 2026 salary ordinance that is corrected. Yes.
Do we have a motion? So moved by Ron. Do we have a second? By Andrew. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. And you'll pass our paperwork around, and we'll, our next meeting is going to be December 15th, 6 PM. And after that meeting, we will tour the sheriff's department, and the new scanning device will also have a demonstration. Sir?
John, did you get Mark's email
No,
for the
he
property?
called me on my way here. The appraisals came back. I think they're a little bit under what the stated price was, so I think our next step is to let Mark kind of the purchasing agent spearhead, talk to these folks, let them know what the appraisals were, let them know where we're at, if they can match that price, and then if they can't, then we'll have to see what other options are.
This is probably just you.
But I think Mark will be doing that here in the upcoming week. And then, real quickly, on the thing about public safety. Again, when we were sitting here, I was looking at some. The definition of public safety, and obviously, I don't think this would be coming out of the jail and building fund. It can't come out of that, and it can't come out of the jail operations, I would not think.
No, I think he was just the public safety fund,
Right.
the 1170.
Public safety is defined as these items: police and law enforcement system to preserve public peace and order. I'm not sure if that is the maintaining of evidence, video evidence, body cams, etc. Firefighting prevention system, emergency ambulance services, emergency medical services, emergency action, probation department under court, confinement supervision services under a community corrections program, or other correctional services for a person who has been deferred before a final hearing, convicted of a crime, adjudicated as a delinquent. Again, this evidence is before people are convicted of a crime. I mean, it has to be stored and maintained. Juvenile detention facility, juvenile detention center, county jail, communication system, an enhanced emergency telephone system, a PSAP, your public safety access point, that is part of the state 911 system, located within the county, medical and health expenses for jail inmates and other confined persons, pension payments for any following member of the fire department, member of the police department, county sheriff, or other member of the county sheriff, other personnel employed to provide service described in this section, law enforcement training. Storage of evidence, I'm not sure if it sits in there. The only thing I could do probably, I was just asking Amy, what's the Fred Baylor? Maybe reach out to him and find out.
And you know he's not with the DLGF anymore.
Doggone it, he was such a good guy to work with.
Yeah, he's with the auditor of state.
Okay. Well, I wonder who took his place.
Is it, they've got regional people, correct?
I think he was ours.
He was
No.
head honcho.
He was.
Yes.
He was budget division
He was-
director. It's Anna Coley.
Yeah, that gal.
I might get the spelling for you on that.
C-U-L-Y.
C-U-L-Y, Kelly?
Coley,
It's C-U-L-Y.
Anna Coley, yeah.
Okay.
Feel like
Everybody can sign it or just one, it doesn't matter, as long as one of them has signed it.
Okay, so right now, I'm not sure if it fits. I'd like to get a little clarification from DLGF before a person would commit to that.
Okay,
I
and
feel
you're gonna
like
share
as
that
we
with
went
us?
through all that stuff when we adopted this, that like, that has nothing to do with it.
what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I mean,
We can check into it.
I'm not saying what Rick's requesting is not necessary to have that evidence available for a longer period of time, storage of it.
Right,
But I just don't know if that's the source of funding where it should come from.
right, that,
That may have to come from somewhere else or out of the general or wherever.
Do you feel comfortable saying that by the 15th, you can give us a recommendation on that, December?
Oh, yeah, I thought, yeah, November 5th, sorry. Yeah, I
That's
think
okay.
so.
December 15th? Okay, thank you, John. Any other items? And do we have all our paperwork signed?
It is.
All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn? So moved by Stan. Do I have a second? Andrew, all in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. Thank you. And I hope everyone has a wonderful